Hello everyone! Welcome to another English learning video. This video will help you improve your English speaking and listening skills. Today, I will tell you a long story. This story is emotional, simple, and powerful. I will tell the story sentence by sentence. After each sentence, pause the video and repeat after me. This method is called shadowing. It trains your brain to speak English naturally. Are you ready? Let's begin. My name is Emily Carter. I am 24 years old. I live alone in a small apartment in Chicago. I work as a receptionist in a small office. My life is very quiet. Every morning, I wake up at 7 a.m. I drink coffee. I get dressed. I take the bus to work. I sit at my desk. I answer phone calls. I write emails. Every day feels the same. Nothing special ever happens to me. And honestly, I thought my life would stay this way forever. One Friday evening, I came home very tired. It was raining outside. The sky was dark and gray. I took off my shoes. I sat on the couch. I did not want to talk to anyone. I did not want to think. I just wanted silence. Suddenly, my phone rang. I looked at the screen. The number was unknown. I almost did not answer, but something told me to pick up. So I did. "Hello?" I said. There was silence. Then a man spoke softly. "Is this Anna?" he asked. My heart skipped. "No," I said slowly. "This is Emily." There was a pause. "I'm sorry," he said. "I think I called the wrong number." That should have been the end, but it wasn't. Before I could hang up, the man said something strange. "Please, don't hang up yet." His voice sounded tired and sad. I don't know why, but I stayed on the line. "I'm sorry," I said, "but you called the wrong number." "I know," he replied, "but maybe you were meant to answer." Those words gave me chills. "I don't usually do this," he said, "but tonight I needed to talk to someone." I stayed quiet. "My name is Daniel," he said, "and I think I made a terrible mistake." My hands felt cold. I sat up straight. "What kind of mistake?" I asked. There was another pause. "I trusted the wrong person," he said, "and now someone might be in danger." My heart started beating fast. I could hang up, I thought. This is not my problem. But something inside me said no. "What do you mean?" I asked. He took a deep breath. "I shouldn't tell you this," he said, "but you sound kind, and I don't have anyone else." At that moment, I didn't know it yet, but answering that phone call was the moment my life began to change. I listened carefully. Daniel's voice was serious, but calm. He explained everything slowly. I stayed quiet, trying to understand every word. He had received a call from a stranger, someone dangerous, someone who should not have had the information, and somehow my number appeared on his screen. I felt a chill. A cold feeling ran down my spine. Could this danger reach me too? Daniel said, "I think you might be in danger as well." I took a deep breath. "Okay," I said, "what should I do?" "First," he said, "lock all your doors. Check all windows. Do not answer unknown calls without thinking." I followed his instructions carefully.
My hands were shaking, but I did everything he said. The rain outside was heavy. The wind hit my windows. It felt like the world was holding its breath. Daniel continued, I tried to contact Anna, the person in danger, but she didn't answer, and your number is 1 digit different. I think fate made you answer. I didn't know what to say. I just nodded, even though he could not see me, but inside I felt a strange mix of fear and responsibility. Minutes passed. The city outside seemed quiet, but my heart was racing. What if I failed? What if something bad happened? Daniel said, Stay calm. We can solve this together. I repeated his words in my mind. Stay calm. We can solve this together. I felt a little stronger. Maybe I could help. Maybe I could make a difference. We made a plan. I would follow his instructions, he would guide me, and together we would keep Anna safe. The night grew darker. The apartment was silent except for my breathing. My phone buzzed. It was a message from Daniel. Are you ready? It said. I typed, Yes, I am ready. We started communicating constantly, every step, every movement, every decision. I stayed by the window sometimes, watching the street, looking for anything unusual. Hours passed. Every noise made me jump. Every shadow seemed like a threat. But I stayed calm. I followed Daniel's instructions carefully. Around midnight, something happened. A car drove slowly past my building. The headlights flashed briefly. I froze. Daniel's voice came through the phone. Do not panic. Observe. Describe. I whispered. A black car. 2 men inside. They stopped for a moment and drove away. He replied, Good. Stay alert. They might be scouting. I could feel my pulse racing. The city was dark and silent, but I was not alone. Daniel was guiding me, and I had a purpose. After an hour, the police arrived. I opened the door slowly. 2 officers entered. I explained everything. The phone call, the black car, the potential danger. They listened carefully, wrote everything down, checked my surroundings, and reassured me that I did the right thing. After the police left, Daniel called again. You did perfectly. I am proud of you. I smiled faintly. Thank you. I was scared. We were scared, he said. But you stayed calm. That is courage. That night, I sat by my window. The city was quiet. The rain had stopped. And I realized something important. Courage is not always loud. Sometimes courage is quiet. Sometimes courage is answering a phone call. Sometimes courage is listening carefully. And sometimes courage is making a difference in someone's life. The next morning came quietly. The sun rose slowly behind the buildings. Golden light entered my room. For the first time since the phone call, I felt calm. I made a cup of tea. My hands were steady now. My mind was clear. My phone vibrated. It was Daniel. Good morning, he said. Good morning, I replied. He told me the police had found Anna. She was safe. She had been hiding with a friend. The dangerous people were arrested during the night. I closed my eyes. Relief washed over me. She is safe, I whispered. Yes, Daniel said, because you answered the phone. I didn't feel like a hero. I felt like a normal person, a person who chose not to ignore fear.
A few days passed. Life slowly returned to normal. I went back to work. I walked the same streets. But something inside me had changed. I was stronger, more confident, more aware. Daniel and I kept talking. At first, only messages, then calls, then long conversations at night. We talked about life, dreams, fears, mistakes. One evening, he said, "You know, we never met face to face." I smiled. "That's true," I said. "Would you like to?" he asked. My heart skipped a beat. "Yes," I answered. We met in a small cafe near the city center. I arrived early. My hands were slightly shaking again. Then I saw him. He looked familiar, even though we had never met. He smiled. I smiled back. "Hi," he said. "Hi," I replied. It felt natural, easy, like we already knew each other. We talked for hours, just like on the phone, but better. Weeks turned into months, months into a year. We supported each other, helped each other grow, faced fears together. One evening, sitting by the river, Daniel looked at me and said, "Everything changed because of one phone call." I nodded. Yes, one small decision. I learned something important. Life does not always change with big moments. Sometimes it changes with small choices, answering a call, listening carefully, staying calm. You never know who you are helping. You never know how strong you are until the moment asks you to be brave. And now it is your turn. Now pause the video, repeat each sentence after me, copy the speed, copy the feeling, copy the emotion. Speak clearly. Do not rush. Do not be afraid of mistakes. English is not about perfection. English is about connection. Practice every day, even 10 minutes, and you will improve. Thank you for learning with me. See you in the next video.